This is CHSTV News.
Good morning, Cathedral High School. It's Principal Daly, Mark Daly, Mr. Daly to you. Welcome back to school, everyone. It's a great pleasure to finally be back in school with about half our students, and so it's a great pleasure for me to be back doing what I want to do in my career and my life, which isn't be at home doing emails and being stuck on Skype and Zoom calls. Anyway, so welcome back, everybody. I am very glad to see all of you, staff and students. I want to especially welcome any new staff and students to the school. We have a lot of the same staff returning, but we do have some new educational assistants, a few new teachers, and obviously we had a chance to welcome a lot of our grade 9s yesterday in our orientation, but I know we have a lot of other new students. So if you're new to our school, welcome. This is the best place you could possibly be. We're here to help you. Obviously, this is a totally unique situation that none of us have ever experienced before, and we're going to all work together to make sure that you get a good education and that you develop, in all facets of your personality, mind, body, and soul. But we're also got to make sure that we keep safe. So I want to thank, and I'm always thanking people, but it's because people at this school do such great work. So there has been a lot of work that's gone in over the last 7 months to get us to the point where we actually are receiving students today. So I do want to officially thank the custodial staff, the clerical team, all the EAs, the teachers, my VP team, who you're going to listen to in a moment. We've all done our part to get trained and prepare the building, and the cleaning staff's doing a lot of work to make sure we're all safe. So I want to thank everyone personally as the principal and on behalf of all of the students. It's been months and months of work to get to where we are today. And we think we have a good plan, and we're going to adapt one day at a time as things go. And so students, we appreciate your cooperation, and please follow the directions you're going to receive from our VPs and from your teachers today. So obviously it's a brand new way of teaching, having one class all day long. We've, it's going to be a long time in class. You're going to be here every second day. And there's going to be a lot of directions, which we may be adapting as we, figure out how things go. So at the moment, the bells are not working. So we are going to probably have to get on the PA and when we have our breaks. That should be rectified soon, if not by this afternoon. And the other thing I want to tell staff is the best direction I have for attendance today is to mark the cohort who is not present today, mark them absent. Apparently, we have to mark the students absent who are not here, and then that triggers them getting activated in Trillium. So if teaching staff can look at their entire class list, mark all of the students who are not in front of them absent. So even if it's the cohort for tomorrow, and then obviously tomorrow when cohort A comes, you're going to do the same. You're going to mark everyone who's here today and who's not present in front of you absent tomorrow. And I think by Monday then all of the 2 cohorted students will be active. So that was the direction that we got last night, best I can tell. So we're going to be watching several videos, and students, I concentrate on your academics obviously, but in this environment, our safety and our procedures are a big concern. As you know, I won't review your entrance procedures. You pretty much followed them well today. But there's about to be a video that Mr. Trabucco put together, which just reviews really what you did today. One thing I will say is we are not opening the school until 8 o'clock, so please try not to come to school early. And the other thing I would say, students, and I know you're going to get a lot of tips from VPs, but if it so happens that you're here early, and you're out front of the school, or those of you who will go out in the community for lunch and maybe go to Tim Hortons or someplace like that, or a variety store, please try not to be in large crowds for your own and our safety. Always try to make sure you're following the spacing. So with that, I'm going to just ask that God blesses all of us here at Cathedral this year. I ask you students to pay attention to the videos you're going to see. Pay attention to the direction you're going to receive from our 3 vice principals. I wanted them all to be on the PA today so that you could see their names and get to know what they look like. And as I told the grade 9s yesterday, all new students and all students who have been here before, you know how we operate. If you need help with anything, you speak up and ask your favorite adult, okay? So whether it's difficulty at home, difficulty in your own mind, you're having trouble, you might be anxious to be back at school, anything, you need food, anything like that, please speak up. The adults in this building care deeply about you, and we want to help, and we can help you. Nobody walks around Cathedral suffering in silence. You speak up so that we can help you. Okay, and with that, I believe the next video you're about to see is the professionally done video by Mr. Trabucco, which reviews our entrance procedures, and then I'll turn it over to the vice principals.
Welcome back, Gaels. Here are some procedures you should know before the first day of school. Before leaving for school, all students are to complete Ontario's COVID-19 self-assessment at covid-19.ontario.ca/self-assessment. If you are feeling ill, even just a little, please stay home and have a parent or guardian inform the school. You can only enter the school via the Wentworth Street doors or the Wilson Street doors. All other doors will be locked. If there is a lineup of students waiting to get into the building, please practice physical distancing. When you arrive at one of the doors, you will be met by administration, who will ask you to put on your mask and sanitize your hands. You will notice a lot of new signage in the school. There are directional arrows on the floor, enter and exit signage on doors, and signs hanging from the ceiling asking you to keep to the right when walking and reminding you to stay 2 meters apart from others. After you have entered the school, you must go straight to your classroom. You cannot go to the forum or the cafeteria. No one should be in the hallways, as all lockers are off limits. While the doors to the school will be unlocked at 8 a.m., you are encouraged to get to school as close to 8:30 a.m. as possible. Your school day will look like this. After O Canada morning prayer and announcements, you will have 90 minutes of instruction, followed by a 15-minute in-class break. There will be another 90 minutes of instruction, followed by another 15-minute in-class break. There will be a final 90 minutes of instruction before you are dismissed for the day at 1:30 p.m. Please note that you will not be allowed to leave your classroom for your breaks. Washroom breaks will be permitted, however, you will need to sign out with your teacher. Certain washroom stalls, urinals, and sinks have been closed to promote physical distancing. During your breaks, snacks and drinks are permitted in class. Water fountains are closed, however, hydration stations will be available, so bring a refillable water bottle. Please note that the cafeteria will be closed and there are no vending machines available. At the end of the school day, individual classes will be dismissed as to prevent crowding in the hallways. At 1:30 p.m., you are dismissed to go home for lunch and prepare for your 30-minute online class, which starts at 2:10 p.m. If you're staying at school to wait for the school bus, you may leave the building for lunch, or you can stay in school for lunch at a designated area and participate in your online class. Please respect these and any other procedures, as they are designed to keep our school safe and prevent the spread of COVID-19. We are looking forward to you returning to Cathedral.
Good morning, Cathedral, students and staffs, and an especially warm welcome to those grade 9s who are joining us today. I am Mrs. Defendionico, and I am one of the 3 vice principals that will be helping you. This is an unusual school year, and we are all working quite hard to make this not only successful for you, but also enjoyable. We ask that you listen to a few simple rules to follow. Number 1, we are a uniform school. You must be in full uniform every day. There are no exceptions to this rule. If you need uniform assistance, please come down to one of the vice principals and we will help you. In addition, we will have masks that we will be distributing today, and you'll be wearing those on a daily basis. When you arrive at school, you should be arriving, again, as Mr. Daly said, just before 8:30. Please do not come too early. The school will not be open. And make your way to your classroom. You should be in your classroom before the O Canada starts at 8:30. Really, you'll be in your classroom all day. Your breaks will be in there. You'll have 2 15-minute breaks, and then you'll be allowed to leave for lunch. There is no reason you should be late for any of your classes. Again, this is a very unusual school year, and we need you to be very vigilant about listening to these few simple rules. And now I will pass you to Mrs. Grappo, who will give you the next set of rules. Thank you.
Good morning, Cathedral. My name is Mrs. Grappo. I'm another one of the vice principals here at Cathedral, and I'm so happy to see all of your beautiful faces here today. And again, welcome to all of our new students, and in particular, our grade 9 students. Today, I want to speak to you about classroom expectations. Masks are mandatory. So as soon as you come into the building, the expectation is your mask is on and you do not take it off. The only time you are permitted to take off your mask is when you're eating your lunch or if you're having a snack. As soon as you are done eating, you are to put that mask back on. Please make sure that you bring all of your belongings into the classroom. There is no locker use this year. So you are expected to have everything you need with you when you get to your classroom. Upon your arrival into the classroom, the protocol is going to be different this year. You will need to sign in when you arrive. So that means you need to sign your name on the sheet that your teacher has and the time that you arrived. When you leave that classroom, even if it's for a bathroom break, you also have to then sign out and write down the time you left. When you return from the bathroom, you sign back in and you sign in the time you came back. This is especially important because of the situation that we are in as a result of the pandemic. So we need to make sure we know where you are at all times, when you entered a room and when you left a room. If you're not feeling well, do not come to school. If you have any signs of illness, runny nose, cough, anything, fever, do not come. If you do come and your teacher sees that you are showing signs of illness, they will direct you to see a vice principal. At that time, the vice principal will place you into an isolation room where you will be in PPE, which is protective gear, just like your mask that you're wearing. The vice principal will call home and ask your parents to pick you up. If they cannot pick you up, we will be asking your parents to give us permission to let you go home. If they can't come get you and they don't give us permission to let you go home, you have to stay in that isolation room for the entire day until dismissal. For the 15-minute breaks, those are in-class breaks. You are not permitted in the hallways during those 15-minute breaks. Do not ask to leave the room. Attendance will be taken 3 times every day. The first time your teacher will take attendance is when you arrive that morning, so at 8:30. Your teacher will then take attendance after the first 15-minute break, and then again after the second break. There is absolutely no reason why you should not be in class. So you should be marked present the entire day. If you are coming at 8:30 in the morning, you are expected to be here until lunchtime. And you do not leave your class until that time unless you need to go to the bathroom, and you will need permission for that. Teachers, I know Mr. Daly mentioned this, but please make sure that cohort A students, so those students who are home, please mark them absent today. And anybody in cohort B who's not here today, obviously you will mark them absent as well. My last announcement is with regards to lunch. Lunch, you can leave the building, but as soon as you enter back into the building, you must go directly to your classroom. Okay. Study hall is optional, so that starts at 2:10. You do not have to go to study hall. You can go home. As long as you have permission from your parents, you can go home. You don't need to stay here. Okay. Teachers must wait for an announcement to dismiss for lunch. So that's very important. You cannot leave for lunch at 1:30 until you hear an announcement that your class has been dismissed. Okay, so that's it from me. I'm going to now welcome Mr. John, our other vice principal.
Thank you, Mrs. Grappo, and good morning, Gaels. Welcome back. It's really is a real pleasure to see you all back here again today. Here at Cathedral, we're proud of our traditions and of our tight-knit community. The great amount of pride that we all take in being a part of this community stems from our tremendous level of respect that we carry for each other. Respect for students, for educational assistants, for our custodial staff, for our clerical staff, for our teaching staff, for any visitors to the school, as well as respect for all of our community members. With the onset of COVID, we also ask that you respect all the rules and expectations put into place for the safety and well-being of each and every person in our community. If you are unclear of anything, of absolutely anything, we ask that you please come down and see a vice principal for clarification. A quick and last reminder regarding social media. Now that you are all partaking in online learning, we remind you that we are anticipating that you are aware that any inappropriate conduct via social media will also carry consequences here at the school. So please be aware of that. Just a last reminder that we are all heading into uncharted territory at this time. Whatever challenges or issues that we face on a daily basis, we will face them together. We will also address and solve them together. We ask that you be patient. Everyone is treading in new water, so this is a new experience for all of us, so we ask that you be patient, and if there's any issues, and even if your parents have any issues that are concerning, have them brought to the vice principals, and we will definitely do our best to address those issues. Thank you, Gaels. Have a great day, and at this time, we're going to hear some information from Mr. Felice in the guidance department. Thank you.
Good morning, Cathedral. My name is Mr. Felice. I'm the Grade 12 Guidance Counselor and Acting Department Head for the Student Services. I want to come to you this morning with a very important message about how to book guidance appointments. For all students who would like an in-person guidance appointment, you must follow this very important protocol. Go to your My Site. There is a booking icon that's there. If you click on that booking icon and click on counselors, counselor options will come up. If you'd like an in-person appointment, click on the appropriate counselor for your grade, find an open slot, they're booked in 15-minute blocks, and book the appointment. Please book only one appointment, as this will create a bit of chaos if you're booking too many. Counselors will only see students in 15-minute increments. You must be on time for that 15-minute increment. We don't want you loitering before or after the appointment. So you come in for your 15-minute appointment. Please sanitize your hands. You'll see a chair outside the respective counselor's room. You'll sit down, have your guidance appointment, and once your 15-minute session is up, you can leave, or if it's done earlier, you can leave earlier as well. Timetable changes in the next coming days. That will be Thursday, Friday, and Monday. Will only take place for students wishing to change period 1. Because of the condensed time frame of our timetable, we only have that much time to square away period 1. So again, don't come in if you have any issues with any other period other than period 1. After Monday, you can then, the appointment slots will be open. You can book an additional appointment for other concerns. But right now, please, let's look for period 1. Please come down and see us if that's your issue. If you're late or miss your appointment, you're going to have to rebook. Okay? So you just have to go back on the booking site. We'll log it as a missed appointment, and you're going to have to rebook it again. Again, as long as you use your hand sanitizer, come in during the time you're supposed to, we should have a good start to the year. I want to wish you the very best at the beginning of the school year.
You can help reduce the spread of COVID-19 by washing your hands frequently. Step 1. Wet your hands with warm water. Step 2. Apply soap. Step 3. Make sure to wash for at least 20 seconds. Make sure to wash the palm and back of each hand. Make sure to wash between your fingers. Make sure to wash under nails. Make sure to wash your thumbs. Step 4. Rinse your hands well. Step 5. Dry your hands well with paper towel, and don't forget to turn off the tap with that paper towel. If soap and water are unavailable, you can clean your hands with hand sanitizer. First, choose a sanitizer that has at least 60% alcohol. You can find this information on the label. Step 2. Start with dry, clean hands. When hands are heavily soiled or greasy, hand sanitizers may not work well. Step 3. Apply a dime-sized amount of hand sanitizer to the palm of one hand. Step 4. Rub hand sanitizer all over your hands until they are dry. It's important not to touch anything until your hands are dry.
To continue to limit the spread of COVID-19, here's how to wear a non-medical mask or face covering when physical distancing is difficult. Start by washing your hands with soap for 20 seconds. Then, pick up the mask by the ties or loops, place it over your nose and mouth, and secure it behind your head or ears. From there, adjust the mask to ensure your nose and mouth are fully covered, so there are no gaps. Then wash your hands again. While wearing the mask, avoid touching it or touching your face, and wash your hands if you do. Once you're done using the mask, remove it by the ties or loops without touching the front. Fold the outer parts of the mask together and place it in a clean bag to wash later. Or if it's a single-use mask, throw it out in the garbage. Then wash your hands right away. Change your mask whenever it becomes moist, dirty, or damaged. Don't leave the mask hanging from your neck or ears. And remember, always wash your hands after using a mask. When you wear a mask, you're protecting others around you. But a mask alone will not prevent the spread of COVID-19. So continue frequent hand washing, practicing physical distancing, and staying home if you're sick. Let's protect each other.
Good morning, Cathedral. My name is Mr. Trabuco. I'm one of the Student Council Teacher Advisors. Just want to take one moment of your time because I have some time-sensitive information for students who are considering running for Student Council President. We just received confirmation from the school board a couple days ago that the president for Student Council for this year needs to be elected by September 18th, which is 8 days from now. So the timelines are a little tight. I'm going to have more information available for those students who wish to run for Student Council President. And what I'll be doing is putting the information up on the scrolling announcements for the grade 9s that, or any new students. The scrolling announcements are informational slides that run throughout the day on your classroom televisions. And I will also be posting the information on our school website and all our social media channels. If you're not already following us on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, please do so. We try to keep you up to date as much as possible, and the Instagram handle will be on the scrolling announcements as well. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great start to your first day of high school. We've really missed you guys, and take care. Have a great day.